I really hope that you turn what you wrote here into some sort of book, because this was brilliant. As you heard, I started highlighting it, and you said some very uncomfortable truths that today's young people somehow feel that they are entitled to not feeling. They feel that they are entitled to never feeling uncomfortable. What's happening on campuses today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on, Dana. I'm honored to join you this evening. One thing I want to make clear before we get into several of the questions here. I'm writing this article as much to culture as I am to these kids. I'm confronting my own industry. I'm looking the academy in the eye. I'm looking the colleges and universities, my peers, in the eye, and I'm saying, we've created this monster. We have created this problem. What we have right now is ideological fascism because of the terrible ideas we've been teaching for the last several decades. We don't have intellectual freedom any longer. We have ideological fascism, where if you don't agree, if you're not part of the group, if you don't share the agreed upon and the correct ideas, you will be expelled and you will be silenced. And that's the antithesis of the liberal arts academy. We've brought this on ourselves.
Exactly. This all began because you, as you wrote, you had a student who came forward to you after the university's chapel service, and he said that he felt victimized by a sermon on the topic of 1 Corinthians 13, which I'm like, how can you feel victimized by that? And that kicked off this response. I never would have thought that I would hear anyone say, well, I feel victimized by Scripture.
Well, and that's, you can't make this up. You have a chapel service, a required chapel service at a Christian university, Oklahoma Wesleyan University, and one of our vice presidents delivers a beautiful homily on 1 Corinthians chapter 13, the quintessential love chapter of the Bible.
Right.
And it's not political. There's nothing in it that's controversial. There's no sarcasm in the sermon. And the student comes up afterwards and says, I feel uncomfortable with this. You've singled me out, and you have singled my peers out. And he throws the victim card. This is a situation that is the poster child of those students or those people in our culture that want to claim that anytime they're uncomfortable, that they should be coddled. And frankly, like I say in my article, I am more interested in confronting your character than I am in coddling you in your sin and selfishness and your narcissism. College is not about being comfortable. College is about being confronted, being challenged, and being built up in character, not being enabled to continue to be immature and selfish in your thoughts and in your behavior.